Hello, and thanks again for clicking on the link and spending a few minutes to take the time to watch this video. Hope you're having a great week. A quick reminder, the food drive we're doing for Impact Community Services is continuing through this month of October. So every Sunday we're collecting food. So if you are able to help out, that would be wonderful. We can really be a blessing to the work of Impact, but also to the people of the northwest side of Tucson. We're asking every family to bring either 20 items, food items, or 20 pounds of food. If you can do more, That'd be great. Our goal is 10,000 pounds food for the entire month. So if you could remember that, that would be awesome. Today I'm going to share a couple things, a couple details with you about my goals for 2018. Every year, over the past probably 2 or 3 years regularly, the pastors have created a list of goals for the next year. Our goals run from June through May. So we're about 5 months or so into this year's goals. We also, every year, the pastors are evaluated. There's an evaluation process we go through that the elders and some people from the congregation evaluate each of us pastors. And that is part of the process that we have, I guess you could say, internally to refine what we're doing to help us improve areas that we're weak on and encourage us in strong areas and so on. One of the things that came up in this past year's evaluation was it'd be nice if somehow I could share some of the goals with the congregation, my own personal goals, and we'll also share Pastor Scott, Pastor Joseph's goals in some of the upcoming videos. So I thought this would be a perfect venue to do that. Don't really want to take time out of our worship service to do that. We want to be vertical. We want to be focused on Christ in our worship services and not necessarily on goals for 2018. So I want to take a couple of minutes and just go over some of those goals. I've chosen 3 goals to cover with you today. I've got probably about, 10 or 12 for 2018. Most of the others have to do with more administrative issues, details with staff and some technology issues within the church and some of those kinds of things. But these 3 I went through, and I think these are the most important ones for you to know what's going on and what I'm working towards. The first goal I want to share is simply, and I think this is the most important one, and this is the goal. I'll just read what I had said in my goal sheet: to cultivate and instill an outward focus and passion for our church. That we must become a church which just loves people, and we love them unconditionally, so that anyone who walks through our doors, they must be overwhelmed with the love of Christ that they experience in and through our ministry, this place. We must become focused and passionate about reaching people for Christ and helping them grow in their faith. This must be the heartbeat, the DNA of this church. And so I'm trying everything I can do to help make sure we're not looking inward, but we're looking outward. We're thinking of those who don't know Christ, those who have become disenfranchised with the church, those who have separated themselves from Christ and his church. We want them to come back to Christ, either for the first, come to the first time to Christ or come back to Christ. So we have to become a church that's focused on that and not the navel gazers, as I've kind of alluded to in some sermons. We must become focused on those who aren't here and become a church that is a great commission church and a great commandment church. So that's the first and I think the most important one. The second one is more detail. It's to oversee and manage the move into the new sanctuary and the new ministry spaces. Working with the different ministries to help them prepare, make sure they're ready, they're thinking through the different details necessary. We've been doing this for a number of months already on staff and ministry leaders with their ministry teams. But just these videos are part of this goal of helping the church prepare and get ready for what's ahead. So that's a second and very important goal that does take a lot of time in the details and the process. And hopefully by January or February, we'll be settled and starting to hit a good rhythm and pace in those new spaces. But it'll be an adjustment period for probably a couple of months at least. So be patient, as I said in our last video, and give lots of grace and communicate and all that kind of good stuff. The third goal I want to share simply has to do with leadership. Leadership is so important in the church. It's one of the spiritual gifts, and it's a prime spiritual gift for the church. So the goal is this: leadership discovery and development. Every year since my sabbatical in 2014, I came back. So for the past 3 years, when I came back, I realized how important it was that we discover new and fresh leadership and continue to develop not only new leadership but existing leadership. Leadership is a skill. It's a gift. It's a spiritual gift, but there's a skill associated with it that we want to continue to learn and improve upon as a church. And as the church grows, leadership is crucial to kind of shepherd that growth, to manage, oversee, and lead that growth. So every year, it's a mentoring program that I've been doing for 3 years, and we invite anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6 individuals to be a part of that program for a year, and we mentor them through different books and just one-on-one meetings, and trying to develop an understanding of leadership and the skills involved, but also where's God leading you? How has He gifted you? What are the passions in life and so on? But trying to develop more leaders in our church who can, as the church grows, take on various aspects of ministry and lead those and give direction and serve teams of people doing ministry. Those are the 3 goals that I wanted to share with you: the outward focus, managing the move, if you will, into the new spaces, and then developing new leaders. Those are things I'm busy working on all the time, and I will spend a lot of time every week and every month on these issues. As I said, there's many other goals, probably 10 or 12 total. If you ever want to talk about these things and sit down and go through some things, I'd be happy to do that. You can just call or email the office and we can set something up. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and I really look forward to seeing you this coming Sunday in worship. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you Sunday morning. Thanks. Bye-bye.